Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Julie Chrisley donned new physical appearance in court. Julie Chrisley appeared in court on Wednesday, September 25, for her resentencing hearing. The Chrisley Knows Best star was resentenced to the same 84 months she initially received. However, fans were interested to hear reports of how Julie looked when she walked into the courtroom. Keep reading to see what they're saying about Julie's unrecognizable look. Julie Chrisley sported brown hair in court. The Chrisley Knows Best star appeared before a judge at the United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia in downtown Atlanta. In the end, the judge ruled that her original punishment was sufficient. Savannah Chrisley and Chase Chrisley were both in the courtroom for the hearing, but Julie didn't look like her normal self. Julie Chrisley is known for her Southern charm and big blonde hair. In court on Wednesday, she sported brown hair and looked nothing like she did on television. During her appearance, she took a moment to address the court. In tears, she apologized for what she did to land herself in prison. Julie also addressed her children, apologizing to them for what they've had to go through as a result of her actions. "I would like to say I've had years to think about what I've wanted to say, and I'm sorry for my actions and situations that led us to where we are today," the reality TV icon said. "I've had 20 months in prison, but it has been much more leading up to the trial, and I apologize for my actions that led to where we are today. I have done everything I can do to get closer to my family. I've taken tests for new skills, such as driving a forklift and serving food in proper ways. This has been the most difficult part of my life. I can't ever repay my children for what they've had to go through, and for that, I am so sorry," she concluded. No photos of Julie from court on Wednesday. Chrisley fans took to Reddit to discuss the outcome of Julie's court appearance as well as her new look. "It's easier for her to color her hair than highlights," one Reddit user pointed out, referring to resources available in prison. "Well, people needs to publish an image. Lol," another person wrote, hoping to see a photo of Julie in court. A third person chimed in, "I'm hoping TMZ will drop one. Lol. Brown hair guess she wasn't a true blonde like they all want to portray," a fourth laughed. "Unfortunately for people who are curious, there won't be any photos of Julie in the courtroom. Federal court does not permit photos or videos of the inmates in court. There could potentially be a drawing released, but that is the most people will see." As fans know, Julie Chrisley initially received a 7-year sentence in November 2022 for fraud and tax evasion. Her husband, Todd Chrisley, was hit with a 12-year sentence. They immediately began appealing their case in December 2022, but both reality TV stars had to report for their prison sentences in January 2023. In April 2024, a judge granted Julie's appeal, and her sentence was vacated due to insufficient evidence. Todd's sentence, on the other hand, was upheld. Julie Chrisley, the once glamorous matriarch of the Chrisley family, made waves as she appeared in court with a dramatically altered look that left everyone in shock. Known for her signature polished appearance, blonde locks, and a wardrobe that spoke to her luxurious lifestyle, Julie was the epitome of Southern elegance. But her latest court appearance shattered that image and left those in the courtroom whispering with curiosity. It was as if the Julie Chrisley of reality television and high-profile celebrity life had been replaced by someone new, someone weathered by time and circumstances, yet resilient. The public had grown used to seeing her alongside her husband, Todd, in their hit reality show, Chrisley Knows Best, where they flaunted their opulent lifestyle, often with a hint of self-aware humor. Their home was filled with marble countertops, crystal chandeliers, and endless designer labels, but all of that seemed worlds away as Julie walked into the courtroom. Her transformation was startling. Gone were the immaculate outfits, the well-coiffed hair, and the flawless makeup. Instead, Julie appeared in a simple, modest ensemble, a far cry from the designer clothing she used to wear like second skin. The change was as much in her demeanor as in her attire. She no longer walked with the same confident swagger, the kind that comes from being adored by millions of viewers. This Julie Chrisley looked more vulnerable, as if she was carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. Her hair, once blonde and meticulously styled, now showed traces of gray, adding an air of maturity and solemnity to her appearance. Pulled back into a loose bun, her hairstyle was no longer a statement of fashion, but of practicality. It was clear she no longer had the luxury of professional hairstylists or endless hours of grooming. But the gray hair wasn't just a testament to aging. It was symbolic of the strain that the last few years had placed on her. Legal battles, prison sentences, and the public's relentless scrutiny had all taken their toll. Her face, too, told a different story than the one fans were used to seeing. Makeup, which had once been her armor, was minimal, if there at all. Her skin, no longer glowing under the layers of foundation, looked more natural, more human. Fine lines creased the corners of her eyes and mouth, and her expression, once filled with the confidence of a woman in control, was now more guarded, as if the courtroom lights were harsher than those on the set of her show. Julie's outfit was equally subdued, a plain, dark-colored pantsuit that fit her slimmed-down figure, contrasting sharply with the extravagant dresses and sparkling jewelry she used to favor. There was no jewelry today, no diamond-studded necklaces or glittering earrings to complete the look. It was as if she wanted to disappear, to be as invisible as possible, which was an impossible feat given the media frenzy surrounding the case. But despite this physical transformation, Julie still carried herself with a quiet dignity. Though her face was somber, her shoulders were squared, and she met the judge's eyes with a determined, if slightly weary, gaze. This was not the face of a woman who had given up. This was the face of a woman fighting for her freedom, her family, and her future. Her new physical appearance wasn't just the result of stress or aging. It was a manifestation of survival, of trying to endure one of the most trying periods of her life. Inside the courtroom, there was a noticeable hush as Julie took her seat beside her lawyers. The transformation in her appearance seemed to underscore the gravity of the situation. The woman who once entertained America with her sharp wit and perfectly manicured life was now facing the harsh realities of the legal system, a system that cared little for fame and fortune. And as the legal proceedings began, the focus was no longer on Julie's outward appearance, but on the charges against her and her husband Todd, charges that could change the course of their lives forever. In the public eye, Julie Chrisley had always been a symbol of wealth, success, and family values. The show had painted a picture of a family that, while imperfect, always managed to come out on top. But this courtroom scene shattered that illusion. Julie's physical transformation was a stark reminder that no one, no matter how carefully they craft their public image, is immune to the consequences of their actions. As the hours in the courtroom dragged on, it was clear that this was a Julie Chrisley the world had never seen before. Stripped of the trappings of fame and fortune, she was just another defendant, facing the consequences of choices that had once seemed far removed from the life she now lived. And yet, there was something undeniably compelling about this new version of her. There was strength in her vulnerability, a quiet resolve that suggested she was prepared for whatever was coming her way.